And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to another match in the ACL Call of Duty League. We got our second match of the night, Tranquility taking on Plantronics.Mindfreak here. Once again, same rotation that we saw in our first match of the night, meaning it's hardpoint drift on up first. A little bit late getting into this game, but we're here in the end, and we are seeing these two teams go straight at it, of course. For our Sentinel squad at the moment, it is Plantronics.Mindfreak, Shocks, Buzzard, Dents, and Fighter taking on Tranquility of Blue, Barney, Wolfie, and Scrism. Now you see a couple of conflicting gamer tags there, but you have, of course, Tranquility being the former Avant-Garde lineup without Izzy, of course, speaking in terms of that for Scrism. So it's the new form lineup for them, Blue, Barney, Wolfie, with new addition of Scrism there for that one. We do have, of course, 35 and to 30 being, or to 29 rather, being the scoreline. Of course, Hardpoint Drift, the latest, one of the latest maps in the rotation in terms of hardpoint wise, and it's really interesting to see how this plays out, because a lot of teams aren't really used to it. They're still getting their strats worked out. Of course, this is the second time I am personally casting or even watching over it, so it is definitely going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. We do have, of course, 36 to 51 being the scoreline, with Tranquility having that lead on first up. Now, Mindfreak, I'm not too sure how much practice they have in terms of this map. I'm not too sure how much practice Tranquility have to this map. But for those teams that have been scrimming it, know those rotations, know where they need to go, it's definitely going to be in their favor moving forward into the rest of the league season. With that being said, we do have, of course, the current hardpoint in control of the Tranquility lineup. 66 points to 42. And as I say that, Wolfie was in there and he did get shut down in that one. We do have Barney trying to turn around and get some shots out. He gets shut down. Blue going to get some shots out as well. He's able to take one, but Shocks is just there in his face, ready to take him down. Let's jump on board with the Mindfreak team right now. I'm feeling some fire to love. Let's see what he'll be able to do. Of course, setting up for this next hardpoint location. And they're going to be trying to get this one for themselves. Nice shots there for them as well, as we do have Mindfreak going to try and catch back up on the scoreboard, turning on CoD vision for your Fighter, just rampaging on right here on a 5 streak, and he's going to get a nade out for maybe a second. He won't be able to, to do that because his teammate's going to be stealing all the fun. He's just going to be able to pick up more kills, make that a 7 streak as an extra double goes in his way, but he doesn't get shut down before he can get the 8th. But it's okay because Dens is going to be there to hopefully pick up the slack. No, he's going to fail horribly. Shocks will also fall down, defeated, as Scrism will be in this hardpoint getting these points. Mindfreak just contesting this one straight off the spawn. They're able to catch up quite a lot in terms of points from that hardpoint control that they did, but it really wasn't enough to be able to catch back up in the overall scoreboard. And you are going to be having that score still remaining, still in quite a good lead for Tranquility. 91 points to 70, 5 minutes 50 still on the scoreboard as well. Wolfie getting a couple of shots out across as well. And let's see if we can turn once again CoD vision back on. We got Wolfie getting taken down. Scrism going to be trying to get a shot out from one, looking at a second of Shocks. He is going to be maybe looking to push this one, and I am fairly positive that this hardpoint could end up with a little bit of a rocky surprise later on over onto the onto this side of the map. Either way, you can see it coming right here. 80 points to 99. They've got that control bar waiting to cross through it, but Barney's going to need to be careful and not really going to want to make any mistakes from that one. He's still going to get taken down in that process. The avalanche comes on, crashing down as a Wolfie will be looking to maybe get that control. Dens is going to be there though, just comforting himself over into in the warmth and the light while that avalanche was just striking on down. Of course, only 2 seconds remaining. Teams are going to be setting up for that next hardpoint location. Remember, I'm still learning this map just as much as you are, so I'm not going to lie. I'm not too familiar with all the new rotations and the hardpoints for all these new maps rolling on here, because this is the first night that we are seeing them here in our ACL Call of Duty League, and for a lot of cases the first competitive tournament or tournament match, I do believe, in the ANZ region. I don't believe any other tournament organisers have implemented them just yet. Could be right, but Score still is currently 111 to 106. Mindfreak definitely, closing up the gap to be a 4-point game right here. Just a little bit, just going a little bit away from that as Tranquility have that control of that hard point. You're going to be noticing the hard point. The one that I actually like the most, it's set up over onto the tower. You can set up across it, watch over from angles, have one player or two into the hard point itself, watching both sides, and able to really, get some nice points off it. As you can see, Mindfreak have been doing. Now, setting up over onto this next one, of course, we will be seeing Mindfreak going to be looking to extend their lead. They were able to take down the lead back. It's only by 2 points, but Tranquility get their first blue, and Scrism and Wolfie try to get over there, but they all get shut down. Barney's now going to be hiding behind some of the objects there, but he's going to get taken down almost instantly. Wolfie tries to do the same. As you can see, the setup that Mindfreak have going for them, they're working with these kills, and then they're going to be pushing over to the hard point to try and potentially work from that angle. Shox knows he needs to push on in. He goes for one. Didn't exactly know where the second player would be, and he misjudged which side of the cover. And unfortunately, it did cost him his life either way. Mindfreak able to get that control, and you still see this game still extremely close right here. And it's only a 1-point game, of course, expanding a little bit past from that though. Buzzin going to be picking off the kill there on their remaining scrap time, being able to take down the lead from it as well. You look over to the Tranquility squad, and they're over into that next hard point. Unfortunately, Nades will say otherwise, as a blue will now try to go in there. We'll get tags with the one with the stun, and of course he will now call that out to his teammate to keep an eye from that direction, able to take on one from either team right here. Teams just contesting here. Kill feed lighting on up. Blue will get taken, which means the hard point has changed hands as Scrism and Wolfie reclaim that for themselves, picking off 2 kills. Make that 3, make that all 4 players from Mindfreak being taken down. Of course, able to extend that lead for themselves, 153 and counting to 134, with only 2 minutes 15 remaining on the on this map, on this hard point. We are going to be seeing the scrap time, it does seem, go to the Plantronics.Mindfreak side. Totally not where I was going with that, but we're going to roll with it as the scrap time will expire in 5 seconds. Teams will be trying to set up to this next hard point. You can see Fighter going to be trying to get there and arming himself on early with this vantage point, able to get tags on in, and the player's going to be going through the other side, but they weren't expecting Dens and Shox to be there to shut them down. Now, you do notice with CoD Vision, the player's going to be looking to breach all at once from 3 different angles. Players will drop, though, 2 red players down, make that 3 red players down from the Atlas squad of Tranquility, compared to only 1 from Mindfreak. So I think that's a fairly good trade if you do ask me. They're able to take down the lead out of that as well. Fighter takes down 1 before he gets shut down in a 2v1. And we have Dens looking to just go on forward and dominate out of one of those players. Looking for a second, will get shut down. Blue now going to be on your screen. No, Blue's going to get taken. 169 apiece right here with 1 minute 10 still remaining. We're going to be seeing what Barney can do as he contests. Fighter takes him down, but will get shut down in return. Only scrap time remains here in this hard point, and we're going to be seeing Wolfie what he can do in this hard point, but he is going to get he's going to get taken down before it even rotates. There you see just all the players just try to transition over to this next hard point. Shox does the smart move, takes down 1 and goes for a different angle, using the destroyed car as a little bit of cover. He will assist his teammate into being able to pick off that kill, and does move on over to that hard point itself. With only 30 seconds remaining, they have a little bit of a lead, but that little bit isn't going to be enough if the team of Tranquility can just hold on out for the remainder of this time. 2 players down, 3 players down for them. It's all up to Barney now to make an impact. 10-point game as Shox will enter into this hard point, and it is looking like this will be a Mindfreak map for map number 1 here in the series. Well played there to them, and they're able to take that lead 1-0 in the series here in our best of 5. Definitely, wasn't an easy one for them moving forward into this one. It definitely took a little bit extra in terms of that. Connection to the host has timed out at the very end, so that's definitely unfortunate. But it was definitely a mathematical win for them. So we're going to go with that 1-0 to Mindfreak, and we'll take a short break, and we're back soon with some more action. Search and Destroy Solo coming up next.